So I'll be honest with you, Peter done picked a peck of pickled peppers. Oh my gosh. This is my fall. I think it's the end of the season bounty, and they won't stop coming. So other than just freezing these to use in recipes throughout the year, I want to use some of them now. So one thing I'm going to do is make some crock pot stuffed pepper soup. Thought you might want to join me. So I'm going to bring you down here. Here we go. So what I'm going to add to this then is I have 1 cup of green peppers and 1/2 cup of red peppers. You can use how many peppers, green, red, yellow, whatever you have that, and just do it to taste. So I'm going to add those. And then I'm going to add a small onion that I have here and 2 cloves of garlic. I have 1 can of tomato sauce. It already smells fabulous. And other than dicing up your vegetables, this is so easy. And it's a real hearty dinner to have with grilled cheese or, some biscuits or something. And I'm going to add 2 cans of diced tomatoes. And I'm not going to drain those. There we go. I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. So you can already tell it's going to have a bit of an Italiano flavor. And 1/2 teaspoon of basil. There we go. I'm going to add 2 cups of chicken broth. You can also use beef broth, whichever you prefer. Give it a good stir. Here we go. This morning I fried up some hamburger. Let me grab that. Because to this one I added some green chilies just to taste and some onion, a little more onion. And I'm going to add that hamburger. And now if you want to, you can add your rice in the morning and cook this on low. That's perfectly fine. I like to go ahead and add my rice because I have to make this and go to work. And I, in the morning, just want to get out of bed, get dressed, plug this in, and hit the road. So I'm going to go ahead and add my rice now. So I'm going to add a cup of cooked rice. But like I said, in the morning you can put your rice in uncooked if you'd like. Ooh, doesn't that look good? So basically it's just kind of like if you were going to make stuffed peppers and put them in the oven. And then tomorrow I'm just going to plug this in and cook it on low while I'm at work. So that'll be about 8 hours. And that was a good way to use up about 4 of my peppers. And you guys, you can call me a nerd on this one, but I think this one's fun. So we're going to make some pickled peppers. And these can last up to 6 months. And you don't have to can them. You don't have to freeze them. You just leave them in your refrigerator. So I'm going to start by making my sauce. And I'll bring you down here. Okay. So I'm going to add 2 cups of water. And 1 cup of any type of vinegar you like. If you like apple cider vinegar, white vinegar, doesn't matter. This one's new. There we go. 1 cup of vinegar. And I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar. And 1 tablespoon of salt. Okay, and then I'm going to mix that up. I'm going to bring that to a boil. And then over here in my pretty cannon jar, on the bottom, I'm going to put some freshly washed parsley. Just drop that in there like that. And I've already chopped up this wonderful mix here. And it smells fabulous. It's got cabbage, shredded carrots, red pepper, parsley, and cloves. And I'm going to add some salt to that. Just to taste, whatever you guys like. Give it a little kick. There you go. And I'm going to take my little peppers here and I'm going to stuff them full. And you can do a big jar with big peppers, or like I have here, I just have my regular quart jars. And so I'm using smaller peppers and I'm just dropping them in there. Here you go. And if you overstuff them a little bit, when you drop them in there, if some falls out, it doesn't hurt anything. And it also helps to take a wooden spoon and push them down just a bit. And I'm going to add just a little more filling to what fell out. Here we go. And you just keep stuffing. Push it down. Add it to your jar. This is a great way to use up those leftover peppers. And keep pushing them down in your jar so you can get more in there. There. See, we're starting to fill up nicely. Smells so good. And keep pushing and pushing and pushing. When I was little, I never knew what a pickled pepper was. And they really didn't start getting popular. I suppose a lot of Italians ate the pickled peppers as part of their diet. But here in the States, I don't believe they started getting popular until we started getting home stores. And then you started seeing them in their gourmet food sections. Okay. See, in just this one jar alone, I'm probably going to have 8 peppers. Whoops. Squeeze that one a little too hard. Let's try this one. It won't go to waste, though. I'll still put it in there. There we go. And I want you guys, too, to leave me your recipes down at the bottom. What do you do with your leftover peppers? Because I have got a huge harvest of peppers right now. And add a few more in there. And I'm going to go ahead and add the ones that broke off as fillers, because they will still taste good. Like I said, we're not going to can this, freeze this, or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about how much headspace you leave at the top. Isn't that pretty? And if you wanted to add a little more color, you could shove some more red peppers in there, some yellow peppers, whatever you like. There. Adds a little more pretty color. And as soon as my water gets to boiling, we're going to add it to this jar. I wanted to show you how to clean a pepper out for these pickled peppers. You cut the top off. Then you're just going to take your knife and go around and cut off all of these pieces of flesh here that hold the pepper seeds inside the pepper. Okay? Then if you take a spoon, you can dig it out, just like you do a watermelon or a pumpkin, and get rid of that excess flesh in there and the seeds. And then just rinse. Okay. You have a nice pepper that you can put hamburger, rice, tomatoes, cheese, and bake. Or you can make these pickled peppers. So I got my concoction boiling here. Now I'm going to add it into my jars. And I'm going to fill it completely. And it's just soaking up into those peppers. This is kind of like when you make cucumbers and onions. I'm going to take my spoon and push things down just a bit. There. Because I want to make sure everything gets covered in that juice. And things like this are what I use my old lids for, that I've already canned something in and I can't use them again, but I'll save them for candles or for refrigerator items. Isn't that beautiful? Now I'm going to leave this in the refrigerator for about a week because I have to let all of these flavors blend together and then they'll be ready to eat. And these are great to have with any type of meat, as a side dish, hot dogs, hamburgers, and a great way to use up your smaller peppers.